Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
What's up guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we have some new reveals and some new potential details on a possible potential Obi Wan Kenobi Season 2 happening on Disney+. Of course, we're going to go ahead, hop right on into it, and break it all down for you guys right now. Before we do though, however, grab that subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing and covering all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab that subscribe button today. Okay, so in this video we are going to be taking a quick read from /film.com. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well as an overall source. We also have our merch shop up, live and running, linked in the description down below. We have some cool designs, get some cash off with some of our promo codes you guys can find on our website over there. Okay, so Star Wars fans have a bit of good news and bad news situation to contend with today, and for Obi Wan Kenobi. The good news, it's confirmed that the 2022's Obi Wan Kenobi show is finally getting a 4K and Blu-ray release nearly 2 years after it's finished its run on Disney+. As I had already covered all those details here on the channel already in another video, go check that one out after this. The unfortunate news is that the very same physical media release has also quietly kind of confirmed that the show doesn't appear to be getting a second season anytime soon at the very least, and is instead going to remain as a limited series, as that's exactly what it's kind of labeled as. Relabeling it and kind of regesturing it to still be a limited series is kind of been the plan from Disney of how they always took on this project and had conceived its ideas. It's not necessarily good news for those who have wished to see Ewan McGregor suit up one more time as the beloved Jedi. The upcoming Blu-ray release was announced alongside similar releases for the Marvels, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show, and Moon Knight there as well. If you're a Marvel fan, we have our Marvel channel linked in the description down below as well as the Star Wars series Andor Season 1, which is specifically labeled as Andor the Complete Series, or much rather Andor the Complete Season 1. All three of these other shows were billed as the complete first season by Disney. Obi Wan Kenobi, on the other hand, though, however, will be released as the complete series. That wording, it's pretty darn clear and doesn't leave a lot of room for any kind of taking away from it, essentially. Like, it's very clear cut as to its labeling. It always appears as though that the show was kind of being billed as more of a limited series by Disney and Lucasfilm, at least when it was originally coming out, of course, and that there was a lot of hype going around for it, and it's one of the most viewed shows, not just on Disney, but of all time, on any streamer platform. But Ewan McGregor, who had also previously played the Jedi Knight in the Star Wars prequel trilogy as well, is eager to suit up again outside of just the Disney Plus show for its first season, and would love to do a second one, saying that "I'd be totally up for doing more," McGregor said of a possible Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2 just ahead of the show's premiere in 2022 at Star Wars Celebration. He has also said similar things in other interviews since then as well, I think, as we probably already all know, but Disney has never confirmed anything, so it just seemed like wishful thinking, really. And of course, maybe for as of right now, it seems just realistic to see a second season of Obi-Wan Kenobi, from this pure reason, of course, and that's kind of still taking on of how Disney kind of still has the show labeled on Disney Plus as well as a limited series, and not as kind of open-ended as its first season. But it does kind of seem that Obi-Wan Kenobi was a one and done on Disney Plus. The live-action Star Wars show is picked up 10 years after the events of Revenge of the Sith and the prequel trilogy, with Obi-Wan living a quiet life on Tatooine after the execution of the exceptionally violent Order 66. He hasn't used his Jedi powers in years, but is pulled out of retirement when a young Princess Leia is kidnapped. This mission ends up putting him squarely in the crosshairs of his former apprentice, Anakin Skywalker, or Darth Vader. Of course, Ewan McGregor has expressed a desire to reprise his role as Obi-Wan Kenobi for years, before the show was officially announced. Originally, it was actually conceived as a movie, as a whole nother movie trilogy at that, not unlike Solo, a Star Wars story. The big difference is that it was envisioned as a potential Star Wars movie trilogy, not just a spin-off movie. Not just a one-off. Then, after the success of The Mandalorian show on Disney Plus, Lucasfilm has pivoted to bring that story to the small screen, with Deborah Chow directing all 6 episodes. Hayden Christensen was brought back as Vader, Obi-Wan got to meet a young Leia and Luke, and the Inquisitors were brought to live action. The show threw all of it out there, all in one go. Because of that kitchen sink approach, a second season of the show might not make a lot of sense. It might run the risk of feeling weak in comparison, as far as the stakes are concerned, but nothing would prevent bringing Ewan McGregor back for a different show, or perhaps even a movie. It would almost certainly just be titled something a bit different, of course, which would still make sense. Obi Wan Kenobi, a limited series. For now, fans need to be comfortable with the idea that this remains a one and done. However, also in consideration, after immediately the show had concluded with its first season on Disney Plus in 2022, the show's head writer had stepped forward in multiple interviews revealing that he had discussions with the original writer of the project. The original writer, I can't remember his name to be honest with you guys. If you know, please let me know in the comments down below, was actually talking about how the Obi Wan Kenobi show covers kind of the premise of what the first movie was conceived to be, and that there's still story to tell for not just a second season, or maybe a second movie in those words, but also a third season, or a third movie much rather, a full overarching kind of plot and overall character development or character arc throughout another 2 seasons of the show is something that could totally be done, because into that idea there's a story to tell. Ewan McGregor has also mentioned this before. Now there's another 10 years up until the events that we see A New Hope, and what is Obi-Wan doing then? I mean, there's story to tell there as well, something Ewan McGregor has discussed and revealed as well himself, and it's something that he would look forward to doing now while he's still kind of young-ish, and same thing for Hayden Christensen. Often a quote I'll refer back to when I'm trying to reason with why there should be a second season of Obi Wan Kenobi. I have this video actually linked in the description down below, but it's kind of a throwaway line from A New Hope, original Star Wars movie, 1977, of as to when Obi-Wan and Vader finally meet again on the Death Star. Vader mentions that when I left you, I was but the learner. And when we last saw these two characters in the Obi Wan Kenobi season finale, canonically that would have been the last time, unless they want to do more of the show and do a second season or a third season, or maybe do a movie into that respect there as well. But when they leave each other, it's Obi-Wan leaving Vader. It could still stand true, and I think that one single sentence, that one single throwaway line, if you will, holds all the reason for why there is more story to tell. Anyway guys, this all being said, let me know what you guys are all thinking in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.